yeah, let me grab you one real quick. Oh, there we go. Get some people in this chat room. Bri, thank you very much. I always appreciate those tips. Those keep us running and rolling. A precursor does mean beforehand, so yeah, a precursor is the older one. So I'm bugbears. Bugbears are fun. I like drawing bugbears. I'm struggling with this because I think it's because I have the old sketch, and in my mind it's like, oh, I want to do justice to that, but at the same time it's like I got to do my own thing. It is a little late again. Apologize for that. But this is probably going to be closer to the time that the streams are going to be for the next little bit until I figure out what's going on otherwise. So rain probably would be pretty good. I'd be happy to have some rain here. I like this sketch. This is my... It has been very hot and dry on this side of the country recently. I was kind of expecting it to be a little more rain. So I've got some cool stuff going on with this commission. I'm gonna have to do those push-ups in a little bit. I just got off work, and I always get off work and I'm tired, and it's like, I want to push up, but I also want to not. So I will absolutely do those before we end the stream. He does look a little bit like an orc, and that's tending to be my problem right now. Is I want to turn this guy into a nice, cool bugbear. I think I want to do that by like. So the prompt I have is I have a bugbear. I will tell you, but I do need time to answer your questions. So one at a time. It is supposed to be a stag. The only other downside to this is that I wasn't specified whether or not it could be a skull or just a stag head. So I might have to redo that part later, but we'll find out. 92 bugbears. Too much bugbears. Yay, bugbears, bugbear time. It is bugbear time. So those are the prompts I have right now. Never too much bugbear. I think I need to make the nose a little more bugbearish instead of, I guess the orcs have like a pig nose. I think that's normally how I look at it. Yeah, I think it's a little too much. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, it's weird because having a like this is being the original sketch. Which I'm not sure who this artist is. I'm gonna have to look it up, but great job, whoever did this original sketch. So I super dig this, and I wanna definitely do justice to this. Sure, we can see that. It looks really clean, really nice. I dig it. So I'm gonna try to do that, but at the same time, I gotta give it my own thing. So I think we're gonna try to stick with the little tusks, but I don't know if I'm gonna adjust them at all. We'll find out. It's always the weird thing about like, here's my old character, I want to redraw, and it's like, well, do you want to redraw because you hate it, or just because you need it updated? Yeah, I was just doing a whole bunch of different scribbles, so like trying to get the adjustment right on the skull. I don't know if there's much more to this picture, actually. Let's take a look. Nope, that was all the picture I took. I think I need to make them a little straighter. They need to be teeth. I think that's the real problem. Is they need to be teeth, not like tusks. Yeah. But they got lots of chin, so we definitely got some room here. Yeah. I'm gonna dig this. I dig this big beard that he's got. Hi, Corvus. Corvus, welcome. Jay, welcome. Yeah, we got a lot of people today, which is good. It's glad to see people are able to transition to the Mr. Sizzles, welcome to the Discord chat, by the way. I'm glad to see that people can transition to the later time slot because I'm afraid I'm gonna have to be like that. I think I can probably do the morning shows maybe once or twice a week. But whoops, drawing on the wrong layer. That's 5 more push-ups. So far we're up to 25. Keep a note there. We're gonna keep. That's a good question. There's no way to know. I've also spent a little time kind of evaluating my drawing style, because I did a whole bunch of commissions last week, and I did a lot of sketching after doing the video. And I think I'm going to try to focus on a thinner pen stroke. Yep, StarCraft art is pretty great. Pretty influential for my own work. But yeah, that eye socket is way too low. Blizzard did have a lot of good artists back in the day. They also had some really bad artists. And now they have the money to hire some amazing artists. And they treated them like crap for a little while. So I hope they're getting better at that. I hope they're slowly getting back into treating their artists well. That's kind of the problem. Is like a lot of the Overwatch artists got hired to work on the Titan game, and then once they kind of decided they weren't going to do that, a lot of them got just fired because they were all commissioned artists, I believe. And that's kind of becoming an industry standard for game companies, especially large game companies, is they just hire you for a very specific part of the concept and then you're gone. And it's like you have to reapply to keep working on that game as a different position. It's like, ugh. So there's a handful of really good artists that kind of do a lot of Blizzard's art. And that's slowly becoming the way things are done. Just like a very small group of really, really talented artists and a lot of smaller. Mr. Z, I just now realized that you have a buff Kirby for your your icon, and that is awesome. I just realized what that was. Sebastian says he doesn't want to brag. I'm sorry, I said, yeah. Sebastian says, I don't want to brag, but I can draw Stickman. Tomorrow is the draw day, so you can come show off your skills in the community draw, which will be a lot of fun. I do have the Aggie software open for our Patreon members, but since it's a commission day, I will most likely be over here most of the day, so we'll see what happens with that. So this is a strange bit of, oh man, how much of that did I draw on the other layer before I caught it? It's hard to follow that line of conversation because it was kind of out of the blue. But I guess the psionics are pretty good. Yeah, I think it's an interesting idea having multiple types of magic, I guess, is a way to look at it. But yeah, it's not something I've done a lot with. I have played a few people playing for Pathfinder the Spiritualist, which was kind of cool, but it basically works the same way as like a summoner class. So not too different. I do like this bigger beard. I think that's going to be a good thing here. Shorter neck. I've done quite a few designs like that. Yeah, we used the Protoss as a base for talking about designing the tree folk we did. Bonnet and I did some. We did a live stream about it a long while back, but I think we removed it from YouTube because it was just kind of out of place. But we did a couple streams with that. So feel free to check those out. Okay, antlers. Deer antlers is going to be a thing. Things I want to do with this is I want to really focus on these earrings because I dig those. I want to give him. I want to give him some really cool like hair ties, and then that's going to flow into this golden stag mantle, which I think is super cool. So those are the things we're going to build into. We're going to build into this mantle. We're gonna make this kind of head piece flow into it. 4th edition did a lot of different types of magic. Yeah, 4th edition got really complicated with that kind of stuff, which I think it's still cool. I don't see the reason not to have that stuff in anymore, if that's what you're interested in. It is a lot of complexity having a different magic system. It's actually Pathfinder based, but it is still good. Yeah, Starfinder's really cool. Definitely based kind of off 3.5. Is there a 3.5 space adventure? Is that where the Starjammers come from? Or is that its own thing? Spelljammers, yeah. Starjammers, I think, is from X-Men. Like elk antlers? Yeah, it's supposed to be stag antlers here. I think we're going to do something to this effect. I think that's what I came up with as my... I'm going to do a large arc. And then I'm going to have a secondary arc. And then I'm going to have a tertiary arc right here. Is Bride typing? I need to look here. I'm in the wrong voice channel. The stag mantle, in my opinion, would look cool with like a dreads grouping on the bead. Yeah, exactly. I think the beads and the dreads are going to look really cool. Kind of going off the back, I think is where I want to do it. I want it to kind of be able to flow from the black hair on his face to then that golden hair on the back. I think that'll be really cool. So that's kind of my envisioning for that. Any cool ideas for Beholderkin? I have been thinking about doing a Beholder video, like why you should play a Beholder. But like I think people will think I'm trolling just because it's such a weird concept. Yeah, I mean they're just like any other race. I don't see why they wouldn't. They're weird creatures, that's for sure. But I don't see why you couldn't figure it out. And I highly doubt that you'd be able to like walk into a regular tavern and be like, "Hello, I'd like a room." So that would be kind of interesting to figure out. Could be kind of interesting to see an Underdark campaign with someone being a beholder, because people would be really wary of you, but they would. But I mean, people have dealt with beholders in the past, so I don't see why you couldn't actually play that out and ROP it. Is that what I want to do? I think so. I think that horn will work there. I'm gonna have to get more reference for this one, I think, because I don't have a good reference for elk horns in my brain. I did see that. Yep. I did see that when you posted it. That was pretty good. I think this eye is still placed funny. Let's go back to this though. I really dig this the eyebrows, like the brow line from the main picture. I think it's really well done. Like adding all that little bit of detail in there. So I want to kind of keep some of that. And I really dig the kind of the bushy eyebrows. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I wouldn't have thought to make that giant like ring necklace. See, Bride, that looks really cool, but like, I don't know, it's just so straight. I kind of want it more curvy. Plus, I don't know how I would do that with my drawing. This is something I am definitely going to have to spend some time on. So the horns specifically are going to, I think, become an issue. Maybe not so much an issue, but just like a good challenge. I think that is something I did miss, which that is a good reference for. Looks like there's an extra extension of hole there, probably for the ears, I would guess. Skulls are pretty cool to study if you're trying to figure out how things look when you draw them. I do enjoy skulls. I'm surprised I don't own more. I feel like it's something that I would be collecting. I have a few plaster molds and stuff of skulls, which are fun. I bet there are people that would probably have that title before I did. Let me look at these. These look pretty good. I really like that head-on, like straightforward look. Is that a caribou? What is that? That's a reindeer. Reindeer have like really spindly horns. Yeah, I like that second one. That could be why it's so weird, because I'm like trying to. I have reindeer horns in my head, but I want them to be beefy. I've seen a lot of elk. I've seen a lot of elk and moose horns in my day. So let's do that. Actually, I kind of like. Do I want it to curve down or up? That's really the question, because I could have it curve forward, or I could have it curve back. Oh boy, oh boy. Maybe I'm making them too long. Maybe I need to make them more more interjected here. I'm gonna keep this lip here. Depends on the type of dragon, yeah. Okay, I think I can get rid of my background layer now. Which, that's not looking too bad. I'm gonna make this ear a little more pointy. Try to keep I like the gauge. I think the gauge is a cool. Oh, that one looks cool. More correct angle you're working on. That might be really good, yeah, because then we can go. Do you want to come in? Oh yeah, deer shedding velvet is one of the most metal things I think you can find. I do like that curve, so I'm gonna go ahead and put something like that in. How does that look from the other side? There's some weird stuff I've seen, like deer that get trapped in trees, and you just find like standing deer skeletons. Yeah, scary stuff. Forest. Yep. Yeah. So they regrow their horns usually. I think it's every season. Might be longer than that. Is it every year? Yeah, but they grow them. They grow them and they're fuzzy, and then they shed the skin and just got these large bony protrusions. It's metal. It's terrifying. We're gonna leave that for the moment. I'm gonna come back to the horns because I think that is gonna just be a thing in itself. So, but we're gonna try to keep this mantle. I think that's gonna look pretty cool. So we're gonna try to fold some cordage and stuff into these. And then this is going to come down here. And now this is where it's going to get interesting, because I need to shrink this down quite a bit so that it actually fits the page. Oh yeah, no, it takes me a long time to think about this stuff. Yeah, lightning drill looks really cool. Yeah, I have a really hard time with some designs I do. And that's generally what's slowing me down on the videos. Like writing the videos, like writing down all the things I want to talk about and doing research really only takes, a few hours. But then I sit down and I start drawing, and it'll take me a lot of the time. I will start the video and then I will completely start over 1 or 2 times before I actually get the whole video actually started to where I like it. So I totally feel that. I might have gone a little too big. Might have gone a little too big. Whoops. I have the idea for a book where a protagonist is the most powerful person in the world, but they're very lazy and doesn't do anything good spirit. Isn't that what Hitch was about? I think it's an interesting idea, especially with, what is One Punch Man? One Punch Man is a cool concept. Like how boring that would be. Yeah, you generally in America, you have to have the funding to do your series first. And they don't like to give shots to new people, which is kind of a bummer. Yep, but it's money. It's all money. Yep. And that, I think crowdsourcing that was a great idea, because if they, even with the amount of people they have that watch them on YouTube and Twitch, if they'd gone to just a straight up company and been like, hey, we want to make a cartoon, they probably wouldn't have gotten funded. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, we do want your money. Please let us do your stuff. Yeah, that's not a. Well, I should say they are very, very well off. How do I say this? The community they have supporting them to do that is amazing, and the fact that people are willing to give them that opportunity is amazing, and I love it. There's absolutely I don't want to make this sound like a bad thing at all. There have been a lot of other people that have done something very similar, like Amanda Palmer, who I think was the first one to really decide, I'm not going to make any more music with companies. I'm just going to make music, and if people want to pay me, they can. And she made, and her support group was also just amazingly huge, because people are willing to give people those opportunities. So there are definitely, I wouldn't say if that's what you want to do, I want to make a game, just make a Kickstarter, because you really have to have something beautiful first. And that's hard to do. Yeah, that's hard to do without already having a backing. And so that's kind of what I was trying to get to. I think it worked because they have such an amazing fan group and fan base, and I don't think that would have worked with anyone else to do it the way they did it. But yeah, I'm super excited. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the other good thing about it, is like Taliesin, and Talison's done lots of production and like getting projects like that going, which is really cool. So like that combination plus all the voice acting and kind of understanding the industry. Yeah, they're like with Sam as well. I think they're going to come up with something great, because they're not stretching too far to make something that they haven't tried before, except for the animation, which. Well, I'm spending so much time on this horn. I'm just going to I want to get this pose down. Let's get the pose first. I've seen a few things about them mistreating their employees, and I hope that doesn't hurt D&D as a community. But I hope they also, as a company, deal with that, because if they don't deal with it, I think it's going to become a pretty big issue. Oh yeah. Magic the Gathering. Yeah, they're milking so much money out of Magic the Gathering right now. I think they're probably fine. Also, don't treat their artist well. Come on, guys, be cool. It's a weird time to be an artist. Maybe it's just because that's like the industry I'm in that I see it, and everyone's having a hard time. But okay, that I don't need. I don't need that nose piece there. Oh, but that makes his nose look so small. Okay, we're gonna give him a bigger bugbear nose. There we go. Okay, that's looking better. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Let's zoom out a bunch. It's about an idea. Should one person be taken advantage of for everyone else? That's an interesting idea. Ought it to be good for his being. Interesting. Yeah, that is weird. That sounds kind of like who's the golden-headed dude from Mr. Fate? Dr. Fate? Dr. Fate or Shazam. Kind of the concept of like you have this super being, but it has to be controlled by someone else because of the potential that just being that person permanently could do. Kind of like that idea. And passing that mantle down from person to person. What am I doing here? Why can't I see things? Okay, so I like this. Do I want to do the legs that way, though? I don't know if I do. There's a couple different ways to do it. There's just a few spells that'll do it. Monks have ageless body, which is interesting. I think they can still age and die, but like once your body stops aging, I think that's kind of a a secondary thing. Cat, what is wrong with you? Are you too hot? I really liked it can be done badly, yeah. RoboCop. I love RoboCop. It's such a weird movie concept. Sure. I think it might have been. That might have been RoboCop 2, actually, now that I think about it. That's not a bad policy, you know? That's all right. Yeah, Dr. Fate. Just realize. Go ahead. Sorry. Keep talking. Yeah, a lot of the Disney sequels are cash grabs because they just reuse animation that they have to reproduce a second story. Some of them have been pretty legit, but no, definitely. Yeah. That was not really a sequel, but it was good. And I think it actually counts more as an anthology because it's same universe but different. Yeah. It is a Star Wars prequel, I suppose, yeah. In-universe prequel, maybe. Maybe that's a way to look at it. I think that's semantics, and we're not going to talk about that, Andres. That looks pretty good. I think I'm happy with that right now. Don't know what I'm doing with this. Bugbears are great. Like, they're just so strangely proportioned. These super long arms. I feel like I'm going to end up making this dude super tall, which I'm totally for. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do remember Eek the Cat. What were those little cavemen's names? It was like BC, wasn't it? Because there was, yeah. That sounds right. That's kind of what that show was about, though. It's all right. That was a good one. I think Eek the Cat was pretty funny. Don't know if it would fly. I made this body too big again. Let's make the head bigger. Let's just do that. Let's just grab this because I like the pose. I just got to figure out. Well, this bugbear is definitely going to be part Yeti. I mean, I think that's just going to happen. Partially because he's... Yeah. Going to give this mantle... I think I just need to not worry about the muscles and just focus on the mantle. And I've done the thing again where my pen has gone very thick. I need to make sure I'm not doing that. So... No, I have adjusted the... I adjust the pen too much. That's good. I do, yeah. So my pen pressure is I don't have it on sensitivity. I do it with the hotkeys on my keyboard. So yeah, it's a little weird. I'm very kinetic. Very kinetic. It definitely makes the... Sierra, welcome, by the way. Definitely makes a different kind of art. So maybe not weird one. Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, they do that. They also, you can download, which I used to do this. I downloaded a map. You can download a keyboard map. Yes. Bill and Scooter. Okay. Yeah, it's even worse if you're looking at like Blender or 3ds Max. I generally would print them out. I would print them out and then just stick them on my pegboard. And that way, if I'm like, what is the hotkey for that tool, I can just go and look instead of having to open my preferences up. But really, I mean, really what it should be is if it's something you use all the time, try to learn the hotkey for it. And it'll just kind of increase your workflow. I just use the pen. Use the back of my pen. But that's the other thing, like with the eraser tool for me, I also don't want to spend time adjusting my eraser and adjusting my pen, so I will just always use the hotkeys. Those are really the two hotkeys I use the most are the brackets for size adjustment. Yeah, that's why I turned mine off. Because it's always so finicky. Especially when I did a lot of more painting. I used to not do it that way. When I did a lot of painting, I used to just have both pressure and sensitivity on. But I don't know. That's kind of my style now, is I don't do that. This is a commission, yeah. See Bugbear. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna probably spend 2 or 3 days on this one. Tomorrow. That's a big jump. Yeah, good luck with that. I hope it works out for you. Are you using Photoshop or are you using? Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I did for the live stream, whatever the hell it was. The last thing we did. You're talking about the... Yep. Nope. I completely agree. It's a pain in the butt. And then using Photoshop to like edit and copy and save and have to editing anything is just like... Ah. Yep. So I'm probably going to switch to... I'm going to try Blender. I'm going to try Blender out next time. And if that doesn't work, I'll probably just go back to Adobe Animate. Because I don't want to do this in Photoshop again. It was not fun. Okay, we got the beard. How's that looking? That's looking better. I like it. I'm digging that so far. He's got chainmail on, so I'm after I give him sweet chainmail. Sweet chainmail shirt. A sweet chainmail shirt. I'm worried that this stag is going to look too much like... I might have to change the way this fur... Well, it's a bugbear, dude. That's true. Maybe it does have to be bigger. Maybe I made it too small. Only if you're a coward. Bugbears are only medium creatures if you're a coward. I want to put it like over his face. That's what I would do. But like, I feel like that's almost... It's just too much, covering up too much of the face. Maybe I can get it like right there. I haven't yet. That's going to be my next step. How much of the face do you need to see? That does look cooler. I think that looks way better. You know what? I'm gonna undo that, and I'm gonna do something a little weird. I'm gonna grab this whole... I'm gonna grab his face, and I'm gonna scale it with it. Boop. I think I just made his face too small. That looks way better. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And then I can have more beard, too. She doesn't want more beard. Actually, I don't want one more beard. You had a very small face. Bugbear with... I think I just had the head too small. I think that's really what happened. That was the... I think that's where we're at now. That looks much better. That looks much more goblinoid. And now I think we can actually go bigger with all this again, which would be fantastic. We can go burp. And this is my process. Fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. See what sticks. Yeah, baby face. If I remember right, did Babyface ever actually act like a baby? I think that was... That always weirded me out, because it's like, is he a baby? Or is he a person? And then what was the other one? The Puppet Master. Scarface, yeah, it's like, is it Scarface or is it the guy? And I always liked that dichotomy of never really knowing. I'm going to put this over here for a minute. And we're going to erase some face here. We're going to go, whoop. We're going to lighten that up. Now we're going to grab this back. We're going to put this over here. I'm going to move it down on that angle. That looks way better. Okay. Now I can go in here and I can clean this up. Yeah, that was a lot of robot. I assume it's because you said, I think what you said was, I'm going to replay StarCraft. Which if you're loading up StarCraft right now, that would absolutely explain why you're all robot-y. So. Great. Okay. Let's do this. Now I need to just clean up all these lines because I just scaled everything. Sounds good now. Never be afraid to redraw something. That's just redraw all the lines. Just start over from scratch. Go from there. Ethan, welcome. Welcome to the chat. Kind of like the idea of like somewhat blunted teeth. Got some usage. I don't like whatever happened here with this. Let's change that up. Do people like watching me do commission work? I don't know if that's weird because I'm kind of in my own head for a lot of this. All right, cool. That's good. That's good to know. Let's get this. Yes, okay. For the deer skull, would a jawbone down around the face like the visor look too odd? That could be interesting. It's kind of what I did with the shopkeeper, the kobold vendor. He's got the skull on top and then the jaw around his neck. I'm actually really happy. I got those as not stickers, but what the hell are they called? Labels. And what I've discovered with the labels is they're paper and they're not vinyl. So they might be more temporary than the other ones. But still might be fun to put somewhere. Yeah. Okay, what are we doing with this bugbear? First off, I think he needs to be bulkier. Everybody wants a bulky bugbear. So we're going to take this arm. Yes, they did. I believe it is a... what do you call Starfinder in relation to Pathfinder? Because I think you can use... Yeah, and maybe spin-off is a good way to put it, but I think they're compatible. I know they are. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it is just... Starfinder is just Pathfinder DLC. It's kind of an interesting idea, which I really like. Could be a reskin. That's another way to look at it. Whatever I just did, I don't like. I liked that. The Wyverns? Is that like a Wyvern race? Don't know if I've ever looked into that. Is it necessary and or a good question, or are you? Okay, go for it. That is just an undead Naga. That's it. Grab a stat block for a four-armed. Wow, I can't think today. What's the snake people? The Yonti, yeah. Just grab the stat block for a four-armed Yonti and then add the skeletal modifier to it. It looks like it got dragon wings on there too. That could just be a thing that they have additioned to it. Yeah. It is. It's a lot of things going on there. That's pretty funny. It just has all the buttons checked. Gotcha. Weird. That sounds like someone's just... What do we say about that? Nitpicky, I guess. Yeah. How dare you give me more options? Shame on you. I like it. Starting over. I have an issue with this body. I need to look at something, so I need to change. Yeah, he's definitely too thin, and so I gotta figure out how I want to actually reposition this to make it look better. Okay, I like that better. Sounds like... that's good. I mean, sorry, Miller. I guess it's just that was kind of out of the blue. Did you have a reasoning for that, or did you have a class you were looking at? Gotcha. Okay, well, it's not a bad mentality to have. How did I just do that? I just screwed it up. Okay. I'm going to pull this arm up a little higher. I'm going to do that. So this is the front shoulder, which means really that neck should be no chin. He's got no chin. That's what's going on. Yeah, I'm going to have to redo a lot of this beard, I think. I think that looks way better. Okay. This arm will be down, and this arm can be over here holding something cool. Yeah. It sounds like keeps making the noise of like balloons. That's what I keep thinking, like someone's playing with a balloon. Weep, weep. Balloons just squeaking together. Right. This ear is too small. Hell yeah. That's a bugbear ear right there. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, people. Here we go. What time is it? How am I doing? It's 4 o'clock. All right, we're doing all right. Probably go till 4:30 today. Got some D&D tonight, which is exciting. Big beefy kobolds, huh? Not sure I've seen too many of those. Trying to think. Yep. I'm still in the mindset that kobolds are just dragon goblins. Goblins with half dragon. That's a kobold. That's just a kobold. Okay, so this becomes part of the mantle. Oh yeah, that looks way good. That looks much better. Okay. Weird. I mean, once I guess Dragonborn are okay, let's get that there, which will give me this big old meaty forearm. Same here. I think we can get rid of this now. I think I'm beyond this point. Yes. Most dragons can see invisible creatures. That went really robot-y for me. I didn't get that at all. it just went away that time. Let's see. I really enjoyed the Smog talking with Bilbo. Yeah, I really liked that encounter because it was very much gave you that feeling of the dragon being like, something's up here. No, nobody's here. Wait a minute. Underfoot. Yeah, that was a cool discussion and a cool. I think that was a great encounter, and I enjoy those kind of encounters with my players, like trying to make them just think through something that's like, this isn't going to end in fighting because if you fight, you die, but you still need to deal with this somehow. I like that idea, and I have not been able to utilize that enough in my time. Maybe I'll give him a shoulder. Maybe he needs like one big shoulder pad on this mantle. I think this is doing pretty good. Pretty good. Give him a nice old belt. Pretty sure it's a barbarian. I'd have to double check. Pretty sure it's a barbarian. It might be a druid. Sure. Dragonbane ballistas. Yeah. Yeah, right. It was just the one. It was just the one reference. Yeah, you didn't miss much. Bam 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 bam. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right. It's just like you just instantly hate something because so many people are like, that's a great, and you're like, gross. It must be terrible then. It's probably good, but I'm not gonna like it. Fair enough. I was like that for a long time with Harry Potter. And then I had a girlfriend that was just like, read this book. And I was like, fine. And I'm like, oh, these are really good. I'm glad I read these. Where? Are my shoes Crocs? Are they actual Crocs?
Yes.
There you go. I went from wearing $90 kitchen shoes made out of leather to $20 Crocs, and I have not gone back yet. C-R-O-C? S? C-R-O-C-S? I think that's right. Yeah. But yeah, I literally fought just like mulling. I wore my shoes until they fell apart because I did not want to buy another pair of kitchen shoes. And then the highest rated ones were these Crocs, and I'm like, that cannot be the best shoe for a kitchen. I refuse. That's stupid. And then I'm like, it's $20 and I need shoes because my shoes fell apart. So I bought them, and they're pretty good. You know. We may put steel toes on your Crocs.
I mean,
they're really just clogs, but made out of urethane. Yeah. Yeah.
these are okay, comfortable, and really easy to clean. So
Yep.
I guess I shall wear them.
I was surprised. Yep. They Interesting. See, I've had the opposite. For every pair of $90 shoes I've bought, I've had to put insoles in them. And then with these Crocs, they've just been fine for 6 months or so. So, weird. It's a weird thing trying to find something that fits. And always judging what that is based on other people is a crapshoot. Living weapon is it is a thing you can do. You can also have intelligent weapons, which are pretty dope. Yeah, the D&D is Beyond. That was the other thing. Everyone was like, use D&D Beyond. I'm like, but I like paper. And then now that I have the full set, it's like, D&D Beyond is amazing. I don't know why I didn't use this before. Whoa! Dippy, are you okay? Okay, it sounded like you got dropped into a blender. Plumber. All right, yeah, I'm close enough. Dippy's in the voice channel chat. He says the plumber's making. Okay, good. Yeah, sheer. Just its ability to track everything is great. I did have some issues when I first started using it because I wasn't saving things properly. Like I would just, what was I doing? I was like, quick closing the the menu and then just opening up my page again, and it would keep resetting all my values. But I think I figured that was just me. I think it was just user error. And then I was frustrated because I kept making new items for all my players. I'm like, here you go. And they're like, it's not there. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, it takes more than 5 minutes to update all this crap. I need to slow down and stop making 10 items on the spot. Expecting them to be there. Good program. Good job, D&D Beyond. Oh, yeah. No, I will. Whenever people come over, the first thing I do is like, oh, you want me to print off your character sheet for you? Because that's hella fun, and I want to be able to rip it up when I kill you. Okay, hold on. I hate this shoulder pad now. It was drawn very nicely, but I just don't like it. I do want this a little bit, yeah. I think it needs to be more like right here. Yeah, you know, critiquing art is a great way to learn art. You just have to take your own damn advice. Like, that's the... Well, that sounds like the opposite of the thing I just said, so that's fine, I guess. But, let's do that. Let's do that. I think that's starting to look better. I kind of want to get back to that neck piece that was there before. I really dig that. Maybe I'll make it a little different, though. We'll just, like, loop that over. That's good. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely do that. That would be super great. Or, if you really wanted to, you could just leave it a Yeti and just use the Bugbear stats. I do that kind of stuff all the time. That's totally legit. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people I run into try to make something out of nothing. It's like, you know, there's a lot of really good stuff that already exists that you can just basically swap out. There's no reason not to do that. You don't have to reinvent D&D every time you play. There's a lot of really good stuff out there already to... Yep, don't reinvent the wheel. See, that is... I'm confused about that sentence because there are a lot. What more would you like? What interesting human things do you feel is missing? Are missing? Is missing? I don't know. Just... Those all exist. I would say that could exist in D&D. It could be. Yep. Yep. D&D is... Yeah, and with what you can do with the subclasses, it's pretty okay. I haven't really run into things you can't do yet. But yes, I kind of get why they do that, because then you're not fiddling with the, oh, and this class gets a swift wind 3 times a minute. It's like maybe not do that. Second wind. I was trying to say second wind. I was trying to make an OP joke. That's fine. Yeah. That was a bad joke. All right, anyways. I think I'm about ready to call it for the day. I'm kind of hitting a wall here. That's a good point. That is a really big human skull. It is a bugbear, so that would be like a human skull would be like that big. So maybe we'll do like 3 skulls. Maybe it's a skull-shaped belt with skulls on it. Or hands. Maybe it's got hands on it. I feel like bugbears would collect hands. I think Miller said ants, and I think yeah. I was like, plenty of people collect hands, and it took me a minute to think about that. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Okay. I think the pose is going good, though. I think, once again, I have drawn too thick, which is fine. I've drawn too many thick lines. I'll probably have to go over all of this again and clean it up. Let's draw another thick bugbear, because we haven't done one of those before. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure it's been a little while, but I'm thinking we did it. Oh yeah, here in America, Backstreet Boys are back. Non-stop. What time is it here? It's about 4:13. I got a little more time. Oh, I got a little longer. Time is an illusion. So is paint. I've read in real men wear skirts. That was the most. let's just rehab that sentence again. Real men wear skirts. Oh, as a man who has worn a skirt, I completely agree. Thank you. Thank you for tooting your own horn there, I guess. Self-proclaimed real man. I understand now. Okay, that's good. Wear what makes you comfortable. Ain't got no beef. I keep thinking you're saying jicama. I don't know if a skirt made out of jicama would be very comfortable. It's kind of fibrous. Yuck, 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 yuck. It's a joke. All right, anyways. I think if you're going to boast about wearing a skirt, you can't say it was for a school thing. Because, like, yeah, everybody's worn a skirt for a school thing, right? I think everybody's done that at least once. Gotcha. Oh, a whole week. That's impressive. I don't know if I... Well, I went to a crappy public school, so that sounds awesome. And I wish I could have had that opportunity. Weird. Yeah, my school kept throwing things up by deciding to whether or not to allow drugs. Maybe we should just have dogs running through the school for a week. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Turns out we're just arresting all the kids that are paying for stuff. So maybe we'll let people have drugs for a little while. I didn't go to a nice school. I went to a really crappy school. I had some pretty cool teachers, though. I don't know if you're allowed to pet drug dogs. It doesn't seem like a smart thing to do. That seems like a very... Can I pet your dog? Ah! Don't. No, but it does sound like an RP school sounds pretty cool. I kind of like that idea. Gotcha. Let's do this. Let's get this back in here. Add some more detail on this. Am I supposed to compliment your skirt? I don't know how to deal with that. What do you say to people that show you pictures of themselves wearing clothes? That sounded even weirder. Nice skirt, I guess. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I didn't. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think that anyone countered that opinion. No, I don't see too many guys here in the greater Seattle area. We have a lot of people that wear kilts around, but I don't know. I guess I'm not too. Oh, really? Oh, that surprises me. Yeah, that's fair. I guess they're probably not. They're not traditional Scottish kilts. They are. I don't remember what they're called. But they're just skirts, yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't have too much of an issue with people wearing that stuff. It's something I think about very often. Wear what you're gonna wear. Wear what's comfortable. Wear what makes you happy. Right? When are we gonna get that D&D Beyond sponsor? That's a good question.
When are people gonna start paying me money?
Yeah. Well, I've already paid them a butt ton of money, so who knows? I think, yep, I'm sponsoring them to keep making good content and hopefully treat their employees better. I did, yeah. That looks I'm really excited for that. Is that part of the Advanced Player's Guide? Because I know, or is that something different that they did separately? I'm thinking of something totally different. I am so sorry. I did see the new feats for D&D. I'm waiting for my Advanced Player's Guide for 2nd edition Pathfinder to come out. Those are two different things that are happening. Nope. No, I've got too many things in my head right now. Talk louder, maybe? We only hear you, man. Yeah, if people in the YouTube chat can't hear me, let me know. I might be talking quieter. People on the Discord are not hearable, if that's what you're referring to. Yeah, that's by decision. That's a choice. So yeah, you should only be hearing me. If you are a little confused, you're welcome to join the Discord chat if you like. And you can be part of that conversation, but I don't host the Discord chat to YouTube because of the ramifications that could cause. So it's definitely, I'm posting my voice out there. I guess people are probably really confused about that skirt comment. We were talking about what kind of comfy clothes people like wearing, and it came up that one of our members is like wearing skirts, and I said you should wear a skirt if that makes you happy, because it's fine. I have the problem of like I don't want to socially appropriate other cultures, but like there's some really comfy clothes out there. Like I love ponchos. Ponchos are great. But I don't know if I can wear a poncho about. Like is that a cultural thing, or is it just clothes? And can I just wear it? I don't know. Maybe it does depend on what country I'm in. I mean, I own a poncho, and I wear it around my house, and it's great. It's comfy, and I love it. I probably won't wear it to work. Because, I don't know. Because we're not... David's got a good point. Because we're not great at staying safe for work. We're not allowed to pollute YouTube. That's very, very proper. A proper response for... Gotta watch out. I gotta protect those YouTube viewers. I have changed this face size so many times. Kind of wondering what is going on with my head right now. I removed them. I feathered them a little bit ago. Makes sense. You can't go most jobs wearing shorts and slippers, right? Oh man. No. If I could, no, I would not. I wouldn't cook in slippers or flip-flops or something. That's the comfy clothes for me. It's just like shorts and flip-flops, which is weird because I grew up somewhere that is usually very cold or very dry, I guess. If I designed clothing, I would be happy to hear foreigners enjoying what I created. Yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of the thing. I think there's, like, I would love to wear, like, what was it? I had a karate gi when I was a kid. It was like, oh, it's just so comfortable. I loved it. But if you wear a karate gi to school, people try to fight you, so don't do that. Yep. That's my experience. Oh, you think you're so cool? It's like, no, I'm just comfortable right now. just real nice. I think that's why most scientists become scientists, because they like wearing lab coats. I could better mankind, but the lab coat is the best part. It depends on the job. That's not something that you can say. America's huge, remember. America is ginormous, and there are billions of types of jobs. If you work in the food industry, no, you can't wear flip-flops to work. If you work in a safety lab or like a wood shop, probably shouldn't wear flip-flops to work. Yeah. Can you talk louder, please? Yeah, now you're talking loud enough. Okay, I might have just been talking too quiet all of a sudden. So we'll see what happens there. Andreas, I can't answer this question for you. We'd have to take a survey of millions of Americans that work in offices. Are any of you allowed to wear flip-flops? Please put it in the comments below if you're allowed to wear flip-flops to your office job. America is ginormous. And I've had bosses that are cool with some things that other bosses for the same job aren't cool with. So there's no law saying you can't wear flip-flops to an office job. But there are laws saying you can't wear flip-flops in a restaurant. So if you're working in a restaurant, you have to wear proper safety shoes so you don't knock your head and fall into the fryer. Yeah. But I think we are past. It's almost 4:30 here. I think we're getting somewhere with this. I think the pose is right. I think the head shape is good. I think it's just going to be a matter of kind of tweaking and editing now. Probably spend another day or two on this. Tomorrow is the community draw day, so everybody wants to come hang out. It will probably be around the same time, 3 or 4 o'clock PST. Just Bryce says he's not allowed to wear flip-flops. It's a dress code violation, safety issue. There you go. So there's one. But yeah, so beyond that, yeah, we'll see everybody tomorrow. We're going to do some drawing, hanging out there. I'm going to try to work on the next video. Probably next week is when that one's going to get started. So I might get another video out here in a week or two. I have 2 more commissions that I want to get done. And yeah, we'll see how this new time frame works. If people are unable to make the afternoon episode, let me know. Let me know, and we'll see how many people that we might have to do a morning show during the week at some point. But as of right now, this is the easiest for me to do. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. We had a lot of people in the chat talking, which is great. We had people join the Discord, which is awesome. And we'll keep working on the audio because I'm kind of fiddling with the mic. So if it does get quiet, thank you for telling me. We'll keep trying to get that worked out. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Keep your dice on the table. Be happy, be healthy, and we will see you tomorrow.